Hello, everybody. Happy May 22nd, 2020. My name is Christopher Saunders, and this is the Connecticut Sports Talent Show, where we talk all things talents in Connecticut. And on today's show, we have a fellow, former, however you like to call it, senior from Terryville. His name is Zack Rinkavage. Zack, thanks so much for being able to come on today.
Thank you.
You know, Zack, I really do feel for you because you're a senior, former senior, not being able to play what was your last season with 8 or 9 other fellow seniors for baseball. And I'm sure you've, had time to really, reflect on it. Just how are you feeling?
At first, it was definitely upsetting. I mean, I'm still upset, but I really wish that I had the opportunity to get this last season when we had all those guys coming back and we had a couple good juniors, a couple good sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that we could have been a really good team, and not even being a great team. Like, I don't like that's not the main thing. I just want to have the experience of my senior year. I want to be able to graduate with all my friends. I want to be able to do all those other things, and it just kind of got taken away from me and everybody else that's a senior. So.
And what sucks too for a senior who plays multiple sports is if your team was in the playoffs as far as the winter was concerned, you missed out on that. And for yourself, you not only missed out, and I don't mean to put salt on the wound, but missing out on baseball for the spring and missing out on an opportunity to go far with the basketball team because you didn't even get to play against Chappaqua in the second round for Division
Right.
5 because of the virus.
Right. It's just, I mean, it could go so many different ways. If I just wish that I was able to get the basketball experience for the state tournament, because it's the best part of the year for every sport. You want the state tournament to happen. I wish that we got the state tournament for basketball. I wish that I got to play even a couple games for baseball. I just wanted to play with all my friends and have that senior year experience that everybody else is getting.
Mm-hmm. No, it's one of those things where you'll never forget it, and you wish you
Right.
didn't go through it. But then, looking at it from a glass half full,
Mhm.
you did have some great years. You and the seniors did have some fantastic years from freshman year, junior year, and even parts of the senior year. So
Right.
if you can, reflect a little bit on your, 3.5, 3 3/4 year with Terryville.
I mean, it was great, and I really loved going to school at the Ville. I mean, everybody was good to me. The coaches were always great, and it felt, I was brought up like when I was super young as a freshman, and I was in sophomore year starting to get like varsity time for sports, and that's when I knew that our teams could be really good, and that the group of guys that were with us were really really good, and you know junior year we had an opportunity in the state tournament and all that stuff. So and we missed out on a big win, but when we went to senior year, it was like, all right, we're like, this is going to be our year. And for all of us, all the seniors, like, we wanted to win a state championship or bring something back to Terryville, because it hasn't been, or it's been a very, very long time since baseball's even won anything. So I'm like, let's bring that back. And we just didn't have the opportunity. But I mean, my 4 years or 3.5, 3 years, right? They have been really, really good at Terryville. I'm thankful for all the coaches and all my teammates, because they were just so supportive of me, and I was really supportive of everybody else too, and that's why we built a really, really good culture there.
Now, what's the plan as far as graduation or getting your diploma? I mean, I've heard virtual. I mean, does Terryville even have a plan yet?
Speaking of the graduation, I think one of my buddies
Mm-hmm.
or somebody in the school made a petition. They made a petition to have graduation on, like, out in the fields, out in the soccer field, distanced. But the school wants to do something like a drive through. So let's set up like an outdoor stage, and like we'll drive, and each kid drives to the stage, right? I'm like,
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but when I think of a drive-through, it's like, all right, hi, can I place your order? Yeah, I like to get one diploma. All right, just pull off. Like that's what I think of when I hear these drive-through things.
it's just
You know,
I think of the same thing too. I don't understand why
it's not the
I mean,
celebration for you.
they want each kid in each kid's family to, like, get in a car or two, drive up to whatever. I don't even know how this works. This is what I've been hearing. Drive up to the front of the school, And I don't know if your diploma is placed on the ground because you can't touch the other person giving it. I don't know. They put it in a special box or something. I just don't know. It makes no sense, but I get that they want us to be safe and everything. But I think that they could, a soccer field and a football field is big enough for a school like mine where you could put each family at like a table or something and distance them, like 10 feet apart each table. I'm sure that could happen.
All jokes aside, like even if you had to, if they wanted a bigger field, you could always go. I know, again, I don't know how far Terryville is from Thomaston, but Thomaston has a huge baseball field. You could do it there. There's multiple places that I would think if they want to separate people for 6 feet. If anything, I know because I live in Watertown. If they were having the ceremony inside, they would limit the amount of people to 3 or 4 per family. So if you even want to do that, I don't know. I feel like the seniors were basically screwed out of a winter, a spring. You think about your dance, prom, like all that stuff is gone. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me just trying to want to find some way. But I feel like a drive-through is not.
No, it's not. And I'm not questioning the ability of like the administration at my school to do something because I know that they're going to do something for us. It's just that I would rather have a graduation like everybody else ever has. I don't want to have a drive-through graduation because I just might not go. Mail me my diploma.
I don't blame you. Just send it in the mail.
Right.
Right. But anywho, on a bright side, let's talk about where you're going now since baseball is over with, concluded. You're going to Uconn Avery Point for the next 2 years. Just tell me about your decision on why you chose Uconn Avery Point.
So, I reached out actually to the head coach, Coach Ratchford. I reached out to him, and I let him know that I was interested in going to the school there, and he wanted to see some video of me. Sent the video to him, and then from that, he wanted me to go to the school for like a workout. And at that time, my buddy was being recruited by, I'm pretty sure, the pitching coach. So we were like, perfect. So, let's carpool down. So me and my friend Albert, who's also going to school at Avery Point, we both went down there. We did a workout toward the school. I love the campus. It's right on the water. And then I think we got a bite to eat. We worked out, and the coach was like, you guys did well. We want you to play for our team. And I had a couple other schools look at me, but I felt in total that was the best opportunity for me. I can do my 2 years there with a good education. If I perform really well, then I can move on to the next level, and I want to play as high as the highest division that I could. For the best fit too. I want to be somewhere where I can play after this too.
And also, it kind of keeps you inside Connecticut for a little bit.
Right.
And kind of allows you that time to really figure out where you want to go, at least for the last couple of years of your collegiate career. And it gives you more time academically, because I know, sometimes maybe it's better off to go to a 2-year school, find yourself a little bit, and then you'll be more mature when you go off for your last 2 years.
Right. Yeah. No, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to get better as a baseball player. I want to get a lot better there and see what I can do after that. See if I can play Division I or Division II and get as much playing time as I could. And I want to further my career based on this. I think that this is a great starting point for college.
Now, have scouts said anything to you? Has a scout come up to you and said, you do this well, you do that well? Like, have they graded you as far as I know some say a 2 to 8. I've heard, and I prefer it more 20 to 80. Have they graded you amongst anything with your 5 tools?
I've never been. I don't think I've ever been in touch with a scout like that.
Really?
Like graded like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never been graded. And with all the other schools that I've talked to, it's nothing serious. I just want to be able to play baseball at the next level, and this was the best opportunity. But as far as scouts, I've never been graded like that. I kind of want to now that you said it. I feel like that'd be good for me. I get to know what I can work on from a scout, but no, I haven't talked to a scout. So
no, if you can, I mean, I have a buddy of mine who's a Ranger scout, and he's I talked to him yesterday. He's a plethora of knowledge, and he was just sharing different things about how this virus is affecting kids from the high school level to the college level to the pro level. And he was just
Right.
telling me that, for high school kids, if you can think of anything as far as building a cage, building a weight room, he was telling me that one of his players that he follows and scouts up in Wisconsin or down in Wisconsin, depending on where you are, he said for catching, what he does is that he's throwing a tennis ball or some kind of ball to a wall, and he's wearing his catching gear, and he's working on sliding side to side and blocking almost.
Yeah. And to do drills like that, I mean, when the quarantine first started, I took advantage of the most I could. So I got a tee, I got a net that I can hit into. I can also throw into it if I had to. But I have a brother that I can throw to. And I have a couple friends who do like to go to the field with me. So we'll take grounders at the field and stuff. But I think having the tee is very important for me. Just to stay, keep swinging as much as I could. And those drills I feel like will help me. Even though I haven't played a season this year, I feel like those will help me because I feel like I'm more ahead of other people who aren't taking advantage of it and not, working on their craft and getting better. I feel like I am getting better doing this.
Well, Zach, we've just about run out of time, but I really do appreciate you coming on. I wish you nothing but the best of luck at Uconn Avery Point, and you're welcome to come back on anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That'll wrap things up here in the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. So until next time, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.